Hey there, folks. Last day of August, the 29th, we're up 15 bucks. Remember, don't copy me. Do your own research. Friendly reminder, markets are closed Monday. It's Labor Day. Enjoy your holiday with your families. While our doggies celebrate the end of the month, we we had a good month. Had a couple of red days that were warranted, but we made $122. And today we traded only IPDN, 6 trades. And we started off well, making 30 bucks, and we lost them. And then we had to go back in to try to recover some. Last night I was thinking, it would be nice if I took 200 shares on a stock that's, above $2 and then held it for an hour, a couple of hours, and then went up to 5 bucks. Well, this was the stock, but that's a whole different strategy from what we're dealing with and trying to make quick trades. So we started off in pre-market a little bit early because we saw the stock moving up, and it looked like it had momentum and it looked like it had volume. So it was a good stock. I was a little, I want to say, anxious because it was the last day of the month and I was only up $106 on the day, and I needed to stay green the whole day. So I was anxious and did not trade smartly. We could have made a lot more money off of this one stock. The only difference is that this isn't a bull market. We're still not in a bull market. In a real bull market, it would have been a lot easier to trade this stock. You buy 200, 300 shares and you let it go. This one needed liquidity and it needed to come back down. Friday before a holiday. August hasn't been exactly the greatest month, but there was nothing else moving. I did highlight a few other stocks up there, NUKK, SMX, CWD, that might have been moving a little bit, GMHS, but they weren't consistent in their moves as IPDN was. So I removed the rest and kept IPDN alone. It looked like it had room up to the top. It did have a little bit of resistance there right above 360. And I thought the top was a little over 440, yet it went way beyond that. And I think people were excited. Folks were excited about buying into something. So here we get out and we're 28 bucks. But of course, the stubborn trader that is me, not enough, right? So we kept watching it because it looked like it was reclaiming and it looks like it was going to go back up again. And we're sort of anxious about the fact that it's the end of the month. We like to get out with a bang, and the fact that we didn't get in at 340, where our magenta line showed that it was a limit. Then we had an orange line, and it surpassed that. So here it's looking like it's going to go back up again, and it looks strong. So now it's hit over $4, and now we begin to watch it and a new high a day. So we're a little bit more confident. We want to jump in with a little bit more size. So we start getting ready to do so. Here we finally get filled in, and right off the bat, we move up a few cents, and we should have cut it there. But the stock looks strong. And you see me hovering the mouse over the flatten now button, and then take my eye away, and of course, you know what happens next. Couple of good chances there. Like and subscribe if you like the videos. Leave your comments and questions below. So yeah, this was really a bad trade for me, 200, because I didn't get out early enough. I relied on waiting, and if I was going to wait, the wait would have been, half an hour to an hour. because as of now, this stock is up around 650. And the trade was happening 7:05 Pacific, and it's now 8:11, so an hour. So you're talking about from 6:30 to 8:11, so it's an hour and a half. So that's a real hour and a half day trade, which is a lot longer than most day traders are accustomed to holding a position. And it's only the fact that we have a kind of a slow market, and there's folks out there and all the other things affecting us that this happened. Now, um, I should have probably held and let it reclaim, and I didn't. And as you can see, it's way it went back up there. And of course, we went back in. So at this point, I could have been holding 300 shares instead of just 100, which would have been a better position. But those red numbers, they sort of they got to my anxiety. I can say that I had a hard time with my emotions today. And on the day, I wasn't ready to lose more than $3 or $4. I didn't want to fall below 100 for the month. It's a successful month, a successful day. We wind up green and positive for the first time in a year. It's been a long journey, especially in 2025. The first 4 months and 5 months actually were really bad, and then in May, end of May, we finally started turning it around, and and during this specific month of August when it's been slow and hectic and not really bullish, we managed to survive, which is all we can do. Now, I heard somebody on the TV say that September is a month where the S&P typically is always down. So I don't know about that. I remember last September was a really great month, perhaps because it was leading up to the election, but it'll be something for us to watch. And like I said, I'm still waiting for next week, and I think there's a little dip coming in the SPY and maybe even Nvidia, and then we'll probably pick it up right before the Fed meets. We have two core inflation reports coming up in September as well, so hopefully those are not as bad. Yeah, for now it looks like the economy is holding and it's strong. So here it was a matter of holding. You see here, it just needed liquidity. It needed to come back down, but it didn't need to fall a lot further down. And now it's working its way back up. And that red line there, right about 440, about 448, was my thought was that's it. I'm not going to go higher than that, and that's why I get out. But lo and behold, it goes back in, and we still have a little bit of cash left, and we say, you know what, let's go back in and use up that money. And what the heck? It's not, we're not that bad off. We were under $3 down. So if we get some green here, we'll be happy. And with 50 shares, you wouldn't expect to make a whole lot of bucks, but in the end, the trade turned out to be profitable. So happy Labor Day, everyone. Have a nice 3-day weekend. Enjoy your barbecue, whatever you do, family and friends. And we'll get back out this next week on September the 2nd, Tuesday. Remember, Monday, the market is closed. So we get out. $18.53. And that's actually a good win. We're back up in the green. It still looks like it's going to go. So we've got about enough for about 5 shares. And here the thought is, well, if we hit 7, it'll be a nice win. But I think this was the limit. Well, even as I speak now, it just hit 7, almost 8 at 8:16. So it did have more gas in the tank. And probably at the end of the day, it'll be around $12. Anyway, we're up on the month of August. We're up on the day. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend.